With Robin versus Black Maria officially done, and with the incredible, and I mean incredible, character moments within that fight, with both Robin and Brooke, and specifically showcasing the connection that the Straw Hats have with one another, the ability to depend on one another to do the things that only they can do. Do you know how excited I am when we get to see the other side of that now with Sanji versus Queen? When Sanji and Queen, when Mr. Prince starts throwing down, I mean, we already see what he's doing. He's poning Queen. Hasn't even gone into his raid suit. It's just the burgundy and black. And Queen stands no chance whatsoever. So much so that he just went straight into hybrid form. He was like, screw this. I can't do this. It's Judge's son. He's too nasty. As a matter of fact, he was getting pwned so much, Sanji forced him to reveal something I'm not even sure he wanted to reveal. And the fact that he was a part of this group called the Mads. Which has to discuss in a whole discussion video for another day, right? With the possibilities with that. But just Queen's been getting pwned, and granted, this is Queen coming off of battling Marco, right? But still, Sanji just came up in there and was like, yo, while holding Zoro is just pouring in the work on Queen, like, that's my boy, that's Sanji. So today, I wanted to sit down and give this the time that it deserves, because I've talked about this in passing and afterthoughts, especially in the chapters with Robin and Black Maria, and the chapters with Sanji, whenever we actually do get to see panels with him going up against Queen. But I'm so excited for this battle, y'all. And it's just, Sanji fights are always really fun to experience because he has such an amazing fighting style. I love seeing the way that Oda draws, whenever his feet connects with somebody's face, and just the twirling and coming in and the impact and the rush, the speed lines that come in whenever he comes in from above for like a konkase or whatever it is, or the Mutun shot from above. I love Sanji's fighting style. And I love the tactics that come with certain Sanji fights as well. So this is why I'm so excited for Sanji versus Queen, because now after that revelation of Queen being a part of the Mads, and the reason why he continuously kept calling Sanji Judge's son, Judge's son, Judge's son. Like, my mans will not refer to him as Sanji. He's like, nah, Judge's son. So obviously there is a connection there between the Germa and Queen. And for me, I would go as far as to say that there is a very, very deep connection between Queen and the raid suits. And so if there is a connection between the creation of the raid suits, the possibly whether it be the bring up the formulas or the rough draft, right, for what the raid suits were supposed to be, the prototypes, maybe he was a part of that whole experimental process or whatever it is. With that connection being there, I strongly believe that Oda is going to use that within this battle to not only highlight Sanji's past, to not only continue to further this whole thing of the beast pirates and continuously raining down on Sanji, calling him a failure, calling him an individual that, who would ever do the thing that he just did. Announcing to every single person that he actually needed help. Announcing to the whole world that he's somebody that is currently relying on two other individuals to take on somebody he definitely could have taken on. Like, they're calling him a coward. They're calling him all these different words, right? And it's going to continue that process. And that is going to lead to a moment of such amazing payoff. Before we get to that, he's gonna rain down on all these insults. He's gonna be going down to his past, calling him how Judge threw him away, if he knows about that. How Judge threw him away, and how he has an imperfected raid suit. He's not like his brothers and sister. It's like all these different things, right? And so when Sanji brings out the raid suit and starts throwing down with Queen, that's when Queen is going to take advantage of the situation, because he's going to be like, yo, I know this raid suit. And it would be even cooler if Queen was the one who specifically designed Sanji's raid suit. Now, I'm not sure if that's going to be something that's going to be implemented, but how cool would that be, right? So let's just say, hypothetical situation, Sanji's fighting Queen, and Queen knows the ins and outs of this raid suit. So he knows how it transforms. He knows the capabilities of it. He knows that it can turn invisible. He knows all these different things that the raid suit can do. And he's able to counter the raid suit and honestly make it to where it's not necessarily unusable, to where it just won't do anything against somebody like Queen. right? Because he'll understand and know all of the things that it can possibly do. And so this is where things start turning into a battle that potentially could end up being one of the best battles in the entire series. We already saw this with Robin versus Black Maria, which was exactly that, right? One of the best battles post-time skip. Such an amazing fight. But with Sanji versus Queen, if Queen truly immobilizes the raid suit and makes it unusable to the point to where it's just another regular thing, because on Queen, that raid suit will not work. He knows the ins and outs. King Recon coming in from the future real quick. It's just while I was editing, I got this stroke of inspiration because I remembered this line where Sanji's telling Page One, or like he's talking to himself, and he's like, yo, I want Franky and Usopp to redesign my raid suit for me. And so how beautiful would it be to further the line of the Straw Hat family and further the success of Sanji due to meeting the Straw Hats, and for it literally to be that Usopp changing his suit, Franky changing his suit, leads to Sanji having these new mechanisms within the raid suit that will allow him to overcome Queen, because Queen is not going to have any idea where these new mechanisms are coming from or how it is they're working, because they are coming from Franky and Usopp. Now, how awesome would that be? That would lead into the whole thing about the success of a failure, but it would also lead into Sanji depending on his crew, and Sanji always leaving it up to individuals to do what only they can do, in the same way that that they leave it up to him to do what only he can do. You know, Usopp and Franky are the ones that can fix his suit for him and can modify it for him. So how beautiful would it be for the only reason, or one of the main reasons why he's able to overcome Queen, is because of these new modifications, alongside with the fact that he has become this individual thanks to the events that have taken place so far in the story. And so all of that coming together in culmination is just going to be so awesome. Can't wait to see the new techniques, and can't wait to see the new modifications. So please ignore the other parts in this video where I'm talking about him not having a raid suit on. It's because I forgot about the fact that Franky and Usopp are going to be remodifying or redesigning his raid suit, because that's going to come into play 100%, especially in this battle against Queen, who must know this raid suit so well. And so, yeah, back to the video, but just remember, ignore everything I say about him not having a raid suit on. He's definitely going to have the raid suit on, and it's going to showcase how he depends on his crew to allow them to do what they can do, man. Love it. Sanji greatness. Back to the video. So now Sanji is going to be forced to use the very things that his family calls him a failure for. His family calls him a failure because he is an imperfect individual that was unable to fully become one with that thing, right? To have the human side be more prevalent than anything else, right? The individual that was not able to go furthest into the testing, furthest into the sync rates. Shout out to Evangelion, the sync rates with all of the technology and things that they continuously kept testing in the Germa technology and all that stuff. You know, Sanji wanted no part of that. You feel me? So now we will get to a situation to where if the raid suit is mobilized, or we get a situation to where he himself brings out something new in the raid suit that not even Queen could have ever imagined. But regardless, whether it's Sanji finding something new in the raid suit or utilizing the raid suit only to have be faster and instead of utilizing the invisibility and all the other things that potentially could come from the raid suit, to use the raid suit for only its physical boosts, right? So like to become stronger and to become faster and utilize all these different things, but still to use his own abilities while having this thing on. But regardless, this fight is going to come down to the fact that Queen understands the way that this man's quote-unquote trump card works, and he's going to be throwing down potentially on Sanji. But the way that Sanji's going to come back on him, and the way that Sanji's going to be poning Queen, is whenever he utilizes his own strengths, the things that make Sanji special, to his own, as his biggest strength, and the way that he always has. But he's going to bring that to the forefront, and we're going to be able to see a brand new fighting, or not a new fighting style, but new techniques and new things that Sanji has developed that came from him. They came from the failure. All right, because Queen, in the same way that Judge and everyone else looked at him besides Reiju, they looked at Sanji as a failure, somebody who was incomplete, somebody who was not able to go throughout all the Germa training. So when they see, or when Queen sees like, oh, see, you truly are a failure. Look, even in the raid suit, I know everything you can do. So when Sanji stops relying on the raid suit and he relies solely on his capabilities and what he can do, his double jambe, all of his brand new technique is potentially going to have his new proficiency in hockey, right? He's going to be able to utilize his observation, and we're going to get to see his ornament. That's going to be nasty. But we're going to get to see Sanji utilizing everything that he knows, everything that he can possibly do, and have all of that bloom and blossom here, because he is going to prove to Queen that Robin did a very amazing thing in leaving this up to him. He's not going to let Robin down. He is going to make Robin proud. He's going to make her proud to the point to where she's going to be like, man, you already know this is going to be Sanji's fine. Like, yo, I want to show Robin that she had the right to depend on me, because this is the thing that I can do, right? You may call me a failure. And it's going to possibly call back to the amazing scene with Judge and Luffy when they were leaving Whole Cake Island. And Judge called Sanji every bad insult in the book. And Luffy was like, yo, you just called this man everything that I love about him. Everything that's great about him. And that's one of my favorite moments in Whole Cake Island. But to call back to that and for Sanji to embrace that, because right now that's what he's doing. He's embracing the fact that all of these individuals are laughing at all these individuals aren't taking him seriously. So he's like, all right, you ain't taking me seriously? Watch this. I'm going to prove to Robin that even failures can succeed. I'm going to prove to my family back home that even failures can succeed. And Sanji's going to come up, say, screw the raid suit. I don't need this technology, but I am going to use it, to enhance my abilities, if he still decides to keep the raid suit on. Or if he just tosses the whole thing off and he's like, screw this, I'm going to show y'all something different. I'm going to show you what I've been cooking up in the kitchen, no pun intended. Actually, no, all pun intended. So regardless, we're going to see something brand new from Sanji within this fight. We're going to see his usual fighting style, of course, we've already seen it. But we're going to get to see something that we've never seen before, potentially something like Robin. I mean, not exactly Robin's transformation. That was completely special in its own regard. But something new from Sanji that's going to allow him that we're going to be able to see him in a different light, man. I already see Sanji as that dude. But when he comes up into swimwear, and whatever it is that whether it's hockey blossoming here and blooming in the midst of battle and utilizing these new techniques with his feet, or whether he's using it alongside with the raid suit, doing things that only he can do, because now he's combining both what he can do and the raid suit to overpower Queen, regardless of whatever it is. We're going to get some amazing, amazing character moments with Sanji here, man. Just phenomenal, because if we got them in Robin and Brooke's battle, in the side that we know it's leading into, because by the Flagner, she continuously kept bringing up the Sanji thing. So when we actually get to Sanji, the character moments that are going to come out of this fight, man, I guarantee you, it's going to be calling back to Whole Cake Island, calling back to Luffy, calling back to Robin, depending on him. That's going to drive this man to do things that he's never done before. And so when we see Sanji right in the midst of battle with Queen's just, tearing him down, all this other stuff, and Sanji's going to have a flashback and be like, man, you are nothing. He's going to have a Jimmy moment. You are nothing in comparison to the future that we envision. You feel me? Right now, as our crew, we fear absolutely nothing. We're in the middle of a territory, in the middle of a war against two emperors. Do you think we care? Earlier in this fight, they told us that Luffy was defeated. Do you think I believe that for a second? Whenever all of y'all were laughing and like, yeah, no, Kaido defeated Luffy, threw him off Onigashima, Elfie, y'all were saying all these things. Y'all were laughing at our goat. Y'all were out here laughing at our squad. Being like, oh, now their morale's going to go down. Now the Straw Hats are going to become one of us because we're going to break their spirits. Who do you think you are, man? Who do you think you are breaking our spirit? Our spirit? You don't know the half of what our crew has done. You don't know what they did. Walking into an emperor's territory, nerfed. It was only 5 of them. And they came into an emperor's territory to rescue me. And I'm going to do this right now. Not only for Robin, but I'm going to do this for them. To show Luffy, Nami, Chopper, Brook, Jinbei, all of the squad that went to Whole Cake Island, that they had the right. That I am going to pay them back for going out and rescuing me, man. And so we're going to get these marvelous moments. Also him thinking about his family as well. But he's going to prove to Judge that because he was born a failure, because he was born somebody who would rather be human than a robot, because he was somebody that did not want to fully embrace the raid suit and instead did his own thing, because he's doing something that only he can do. Now he's going to defeat Queen. Why? Because he's doing it in his own way, and in the way that a failure, the success of a quote-unquote failure. Because what is a failure in their eyes is a treasure in the Straw Hat's eyes. And how beautiful would that be for Sanji and Queen to end in that type of way, and for Sanji to get an awesome, epic one-liner to end the fight with his new technique, new whatever, but just to have those character moments with Sanji, you know, fully embracing the fact that he made these mistakes in the past, but thanks to the Straw Hats, he's able to fully embrace who he is. He's able to fully embrace everything about himself that makes him who he is, and is now fully like, you know what, man, all of y'all can say whatever you want. You could say whatever you want, dog. But the moment that you start insulting Robin, insulting the king, even insulting Zoro, insulting all the crew, you gotta throw it down with me. You gotta throw it down with me. I will not accept that. I will not accept that. Call me a failure. Call me whatever you want to call me. But not them. Not them. That's my family. That's my family. Those are the individuals that I found when Reiju told me, you will find people out there one day, they're going to accept you for who you are, where you'll be able to belong. This is where I belong, man. And y'all are never going to take this away from me. And Sanji just goes up in like swimwear and starts pawning Queen in the way that only he can. Because like I said, Queen can immobilize the raid suit. I'm sure he'll be able to. But he can't immobilize Sanji. He can't immobilize Mr. Prince. He can't immobilize the GOAT, man. You know what I mean? Like, he's not going to be able to immobilize that Sanji greatness of who he is and the things that only he can do. And I think that's going to be a very prevalent, overarching theme within this upcoming Sanji versus Queen fight. And the way that it's going to go down is just, I cannot wait to see that it's executed. The potential panels, the spreads, I mean, it's gonna be nasty. Like I said, just knowing how Sanji fights usually go and how awesome the battle sequences normally are, especially whenever Toei gets their hands on it. But it's gonna be so, I cannot wait to get back to Sanji versus Queen, man. And to just really dive into it. Like I said, especially after seeing how Robin versus Black Maria went down and how amazing that was. That was truly one of the best fights post-time skip. I mean, amazing. Surpassed all expectations. But like I continue to say, because in that battle we continue to talk about Sanji and about Robin and Sanji and how they're depending on each other. Now we need to see the other side of that. And if Oda had all of that greatness planned for Robin versus Black Maria, wait until we see Sanji versus Queen on the other side, man. It's going to be legendary. It's going to be nasty. But that will be how Sanji defeats Queen. Sanji will defeat Queen by utilizing whether it is his old techniques. No, it has to be a new technique. It's gotta be. Sanji's gonna bloom in this battle because he's gonna finally be able to fully embrace who he is. And that is going to come out visually as this brand new technique that is going to represent that. And so I cannot wait to see what that is. But we're gonna see that, and we're gonna see how it is that Sanji's going to turn being a failure into a success for his family. And that is going to be an amazing. I'm telling, if it goes in anywhere in this way, I mean, like I said, like I always see in these videos, Oda is gonna break my ankles. You feel me? So, however this fight ends up going, it's gonna be nasty. Because regardless, so far it's been amazing. I can only imagine how much better it's going to be. But this is just what I would love to see, and what I think is going to happen in the battle between Sanji and Queen. And it's just going to be so much fun to see that happen, and just so emotional, right? Because it's already been extremely emotional with the little bits and pieces we've gotten in the Robin, Brook and Sanji and Black Maria stuff. But just wait until we get to see the conclusion of it from his end, man. It's going to be legendary. Sanji greatness, I'm telling y'all, it's going to be amazing. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think about this battle and about the potential of this battle. We're going to be able to find out a lot more things. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're going to see Vegapunk after this arc, so we're going to probably get some more little nuggets of information in regards to Vegapunk and in regards to the Mads. I'm sure we're going to find out a lot more about the Mads in this fight and certain things like that. But strictly when it comes to Sanji versus Queen, you already know, when Sanji lays down the law, when Sanji goes in and fully accepts himself and is like, yo, who in... A Yonko commander? A second in command to Kaido? To a member of the Pirate King's crew? We ain't worried. We ain't worried. I'm Mr. Burgundy and Black. They call me Mr. Prince for a reason. I have a whole other mangaka writing a manga about me. Who are you? Who are you? I'm out of here, man. Y'all have a blessed one. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments down below. One Piece awesome sauce. Make sure to rate the video. Subscribe if you haven't for some more of that One Piece greatness. You already know that's what we're all about on this channel, man. So I'll see y'all next time. Have an awesome day. Wait until Sanji gets his... Oh! Yeah, I'm telling you, the character moments are going to hit. And when we start getting those character moments, because we've already had so many of them throughout this arc. And especially in Onigashima. But when all the Straw Hats get theirs, inevitable peak fiction. Inevitable, man. I'll see y'all, dude. Have an awesome, sauceable day.